Hey traders, my bumblebees in the chat box below. Guess what? I'm back for some more. This is John Howell here, your number one market trader. I got a lot of things I want to talk about today, especially with that inflation number and you little bumblebees in the chat box below. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so I absolutely love trading right now, guys. I really do. Trading is just so much fun. If you do need actually help with your trading right now and you're struggling with trading right now, guys, make sure you join me on my webinar that I'm running today. Very first thing in the description, or go to John's, JOHNS freetraining.com. On there, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I trade the markets, because there's a very big myth amongst all you guys, and a big mistake that you're making right now. And you'll learn on my webinar, but the big mistake you're making right now in the chat box below is that you're trading based off what you think, an idea of someone reading the market. So when I do my analysis, okay, so you little bumblebees in the chat box below, okay, so when I did my analysis over the last few weeks, let me explain something here, okay, little bumblebees in the chat box below, all right, let me explain something here. So as we started to rise through here, I said we're getting ready for a pullback, and we got the pullback, or we got the drop, okay. Then through here, I said, we're getting ready for the rally, getting ready for the rally, and we got the rally, okay? Now, I wasn't saying, never was I saying we're going to race the new highs. I didn't know, right? I was just saying, we're in this big overall decision, but we're getting ready for some sort of rally. Then when we got the rally, I started coming out and saying, it's going to be interesting to see what actually comes next, because we already got the rally, right? So I was never calling for all-time new highs in the markets. Some people in the chat box below think that. It's just like, it's never the case. But what am I actually doing here? I'm just reading what the market's telling me, right? I'm just reading what's going on with the markets here. So that's all I'm doing. But when it comes to my trading, my little fellow bumblebees in the chat box below, when it comes to my trading, I trade a system. I never trade based off what I think, because guess what? Here's the reality for you little bumblebees, right? My little soldiers in the chat box below. Here's the reality. No one definitely knows what's coming next. Now, I'm really confident what's going to happen in the big picture. Gold's going to the moon. Mining stocks are going to the moon. We're going to have the great reset. That's going to happen. The dollar's eventually going to crash. We're going to go through a dollar crisis, and et cetera, et cetera. That's all coming. But when I say coming, that means like over the next 10 years, right? Some of you bumblebees get so tied up about one day. Oh my goodness. And I'm telling you right now, traders, here is the reality of your thinking. Your impatience is never commanding your success. Okay? Your impatience is never commanding. You get really frightened out about one day because you've been very impatient with this market, right? You wanted to trade all the time. Is not a good idea. Now, looking at the actual market through here, right? On a technical level basis, what is the market telling me today? Let's get to today. Let's forget about yesterday. But yesterday, a lot of people get really, and that's the reason why when I did a video, this video here. When I did this video here, right? When I did this video right here, I titled it, which was, as you can see, when the market was rallying, market is strong like bull, but it's not what you think. I was trying to say, well, it's had its rally, but we're right at these levels of resistance, and I'm not sure what's actually going to come next. All right, little bumblebees in the chat box below. Anyway, the whole thing about this, guess what, guys? You know what the exciting thing about this is? Guess what? That's what makes the market, right? It's like, well, bullish bears, bull bear. It's like right, wrong, so on and so forth. Like it doesn't matter, right? You know what is right and wrong? Let's actually see what's actually going on with the markets right now. So on a technical level basis, what's going on right now is that you can see we're at two different levels of support here. If we do break down past this 3,900, we're probably going to come back down towards this low level through here. So we actually came up, we came down, we've been in a bit of an indecision mode through here, okay? We've been in a very big indecision mode. We have a low, we have a higher high. Is this going to be another higher low here? Because it still could be a higher low. We still could get a rally through here. So we need to keep an eye on for what's coming next. What does come next? If we get something like that, then we're probably going to race to a new low for the year. Okay, that's a possibility. Now, what else is another possibility? Well, we do have, I would have to put up a trend line through there somewhere. And we have like a bit of a Chanel going. Yeah, there you go, Chanel. So we have that through there. But this is what I'm looking at right now. If we do start to break above this high through here, for some reason it holds and we start to break above 4,100, then we can start to see some more bullish action coming in the markets. But right now, we're very indecisive right now. We've got a potential head and shoulder formation, but we did have a rally up. We've come back down. We're now holding through here. So if we do start to break the 3,900 level, then you can see the next major support level is down there at 3,650. So that's what I'm looking at through there on the SP 500. I'm not exactly sure what's coming next. So that's what you want to do. And here's a really big thing about trading. Okay, some people are looking for what's definitely coming next for me to make money. You don't need to know that, all right? What you do need to know is, firstly, whenever you're entering the markets, okay, so you got look at all these stocks through here, right? You got Amazon. Let's have a look at Amazon, right? You got the Amazon through here. Look at the Amazon. Oh, and then you got Meta, right? Good old Meta, M-E-T-A. Got the Meta going. Oh, look, Meta's going on, right? And you got the JP Morgans. Oh, the JP Morgans, and you got the Citibank. Oh, and you got the Goldman Sachs. Oh, and you got the Caterpillar. Oh, you got all these stocks, right? Good old Caterpillar. My purpose of me saying this, guys, is that professional traders, like right now, what I'm doing for you right now, guess what that is? That's called a little market update. Me throwing my thoughts and my opinions out there, right? But I never trade based off that. I never trade based off just analysis from the market. I'm just reading what the market's doing, okay? I never personally trade off that. I actually don't trade a lot. I may, and the whole thing about that is that trading is all about, okay, I go through these stocks every day. I have my scans that I go through, and I go through my stocks every day. But I have my setup, all right? I have my setup, or call it a pattern. I just have my pattern that I'm looking for on the market. What sort of pattern am I looking for in the markets? Once I know that, then I go to the market to try to find the pattern. Make sense? That's how if you want to become part of the other side of starting to do well from trading, and stop being stressed about the markets, it's like, what type of patterns are you looking for in the markets? And then guess what? Then we go to the markets. That's how trading's done. If you're probably going backwards right now if you are in a situation where you're just looking to the market and you're just looking to trade anything that looks like a good idea. Oh my goodness, this guy said this guy said this thing's going to the moon. Oh my goodness, let's go long. Or oh my goodness, this guy did a YouTube video and he brought up the statistics and the mathematicals and the calculations and the fundamentals and the white papers and all this sort of stuff. The market's gonna crash. Oh my goodness, I better get in right now, right? FOMO. No, right? So that's the whole bandwagon about successful trading. And again, that's where and you'll learn in secret number 1 on that webinar link in description. You'll learn my first 5 years and why I actually went backwards so much because of that one dumb ass mistake that I did so many times, and what I'm actually talking about there. And then obviously, I also share with you my actual trading system that I use. I don't just talk about that, but on that webinar, I talk about my actual trading system that I use. Again, very first link in the description there. So looking at that, now looking at the mining sector, I did expect to see the mining sector actually have a little bit more of a movement to the upside, and we didn't get that. I would expect to see this thing get back up to this thing here. I don't expect too much more of a downside movement through the mining sector. We've just been going down too much. So I do expect to see it actually possibly start to form a bit of a bottom through here. I don't see too much more downside to come. Looking at this right now, my sort of looking at this here, we've had a very big movement on the downside. So now looking at this here, what we can see is now we're at this level through through there, right? So that's that level through there. What actually happens through here? If we do we get a bounce from here and we start to rally back up, or do we continue down? If we do continue down from here, there's not a lot more downside to come out of this leg before we start to see obviously a possible continuation. But right now we've done a lot of movement on the downside. So if we're due for at least some form of a pullback in the markets. So that's why I'm possibly even trying to short the mining stocks right now, which possibly some of you guys probably don't even look at right now. It's a very, very, very bad idea to short the market right now because we've just been going down for quite some time. But looking at the good old gold, and gold is almost getting ready to. This is something I've been talking about for the last week as well too. Is gold is getting ready to flush those lows. And that's that low through this significant support level through here. So gold is getting ready to flush these lows. Now, here's the really interesting thing, guys. The big picture for gold for me is I'm very bullish long term. Okay, that's over the next 8 years by the end of this year, right? That's where. But on a technical level basis, if we break this level, which we're probably going to, that actually maybe really, we may have a lot more downside to come. It may not just be a little break and that's it. We may get a break and a serious run, like serious drop in the markets in gold, because look at this here. If I actually open up my charts here, the next support level, the next major support level is down there at 1450. There's maybe a little bit of support through there, but we could actually be gold could be getting ready to absolutely just get a very, very, very big drop in the markets. And that may go along with more drop in the stock market. And that may even, I'm actually expecting more downside to come out of the crypto market as well too. So maybe this whole thing we're setting up right now is to get ready for another really big drop in the overall market. So gold looks like it's about to break support. Stock market may break that support and maybe see new lows for the year now. And the crypto market has been going sideways for a long time, and we're getting ready for more downside. But you know what the beauty thing about this, guys? That's not bad news. It's like, what? That's not bad news. Why? Because we can trade it on the downside. You know that? Like this, we can go short and make money too as well too, right? So this is where guys, trading is so much fun right now, because the volatility is just creating a lot of good opportunities. And trading is just so much fun right now. And so, guys, if you do need some help right now with your trading, if you are so confused about what to do, what even a really good setup looks like, then you need to join my webinar that I'm running today. Very first link in the description, guys. Join on there. I'm going to walk you through. The secret number one, which is how I lost $250,000 in debt and almost went bankrupt, and then what I need to do to change that. Secondly, I'm going to share with you my number one trading system that I use every single day. That is the highest probability trading system on the planet, and I'll share with you that. And then thirdly, I'll share with you how I scan the market every day to find the trades that I'm looking for in the markets. Plus, I've got a few other I won't talk about that too much here, but for people that join the webinar, you'll be blown away about the few extra little bonus little trainings that I got in there for you as well too. So I won't talk about too much here, but it's a little bit of a surprise for you. But when you do see it, you'll be like, wow, that is amazing. So anyway, very first link in description, guys, or go to Johns, JOHNS, freetraining.com, and I'll see you in the next video. Traders, I want to invite you to my webinar that I'm running today. And on this webinar, I'm going to share with you all the details to my number one trading system for the last 17 years and how I only trade 1 hour per day. Plus, also going to be learning the 3 secrets that I had to master over the last 17 years to generate a really good income. If you go to johnsfreetraining.com, or there should be a link in the description, click on that. Go over there right now, register. If you are struggling with the trading right now, I promise you this is going to completely game change, because you're going to understand why you are going backwards and why you're losing money. And then I'm going to teach you exactly what the system I use that gets me a really high % win-loss ratio. So this is what I want you to do right now. Go to johnsfreetraining.com. Go over there, register for my webinar right now today, because you're going to absolutely love it. Or there should be a link in the description. And I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. So go to that right now, and I look forward to seeing you on my next webinar. Go to that right now. Go to johnsfreetraining.com. Go to that right now.